Alrighty then, and a very warm welcome to another Shakes and Fidget episode. My name is Basti, you're watching Shakes and Fidget English content, and I appreciate that. And today we're going to answer a question, or today I'm going to answer some of your questions concerning this little thing here. It's concerning the scrapbook of Meticulous. I cannot pronounce it, but let's simply call it scrapbook. So the scrapbook is actually basically one of the features in Shakes and Fidget, which is very old, and it gives you the possibility to get some achievement points. That's one thing, but basically it gives you extra experience per quest. In the best case, it can give you twice as much experience per quest than you would gain usually. So there is a basic value for experience, and the scrapbook will increase it. Like 100% means double it. Yeah, and that's why the scrapbook is really, really important. And that's why people ask me, how can you get so far with the scrapbook that fast, for example. Another question was the other kind of tools to help you filling your scrapbook, and I will answer those questions. First of all, there are legal tools and there are illegal tools. I will not call the illegal tools, of course. I never used them. I just know their names, and I'm not I think it's helping, to be honest, but since it's not legal, you shouldn't do it. I mean, if you do illegal things, you may lose your char, so be aware of it and simply just try to not to do so. One legal tool is a website. It's called 4M7. I will show it to you guys, and I recommend you this site if you are really, really new to this topic. If you're starting Shakes and Fidget, maybe, or you're doing a second char, this website can help you with your scrapbook. I recommend you to use it if you're playing on the PC and you might have two screens, or if you have a tablet and a PC, or so you can use your smartphone and your PC. But basically, this site has some information about a lot of features in that game. Those are basic features. That's why it's recommended for beginners. And with the scrapbook, you need first to get an account on the site. And if you have an account on the site, you can go for the scrapbook. So it will start like here. You have like 0 pictures, or well, I have 34 because I did something yet. And basically you have 0 pictures. And the principle is to collect every picture you have in-game. Like, you go for the scrapbook and you have like monsters, and you have this dirty bed. Then you go to the side and you put it down. That's the reason, or the reason is that you know what you have in your scrapbook and what you don't have. Because if you go for attacks, for example, in the Hall of Fame, you cannot open your scrapbook meanwhile. And that's why you have this site to double check if you have something already or not. And that's why I recommend you 2 screens, at least one on the PC, which makes it easier. So I have chosen the warrior items, and like if you have like 4 weapons already, you can put it on like this, and you know, okay, I need the 3rd weapon. So go ahead, search for warriors or berserkers or assassins who might have this weapon. And then you know you can attack him. And then you get your picture, and then you can make it green as well. And you know, okay, I don't have to have a look for flimsy flail anymore. Yeah, and that's basically the principle of this website. So if you're free to play, it's actually quite nice to use it, because you have just every 10 minutes the possibility to do an attack, and then you have to really go for people you know they have some pictures for you. Otherwise, it will take you longer to improve in your scrapbook. So, for example, on World 54, I managed to get a lot of items yet. So the basic items are on my scrapbook. So I cannot give you an example here. No. For example, Grandmaster's boots. I don't have them. Those are, it's the 5th place. So every time you look in your scrapbook, you have to go from the upper side left to the downer side right. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can give you a good information, which is important for everybody actually doing the scrapbook. In most of the cases, especially when you go through Mage Equipment Scout and Warriors, in most of the cases, those items have a basic color and they have some different colors. And the basic color is always the first one. That's the basic color. And the second one has mostly a kind of red color. Like you see on those shoes, those are a little bit red on the right side, as well as they are more red than on the left. The basic color is mostly gray. And you see gray there, and you see gray here, and you see red. And the third picture, either it's the upper right, if you have 3 on the top, or it's the down the left, if you have 3 on the lower side. They have a green color shape, and the 4th position have a blue color shape, and the 5th are violet. So I know that I have to look for Grandmaster's boots in violet in case I want to attack somebody. That's a basic tip I can give you, because with the newest remastered version, it's easier to find those items. You see on the warrior side, you have here, I'm not sure if you see my mouse pad now, but for example, Flimsy Flail, you have the basic color, it's brown now, not gray. And then you have a red shoe, you have a green shoe, you have a blue shoe, you have a violet shoe. The toy sword is brown, red, green, blue, violet. It's always the same row, color row. And if you know that, for example, you as I said, on the Grandmaster's boots, you know you have to look for violet one. That's a basic hint I can give you. Whether you're looking for this website or not. If you're a shroomer, I would not recommend you this, because it's a lot of work. Like, you found somebody with, in my example, it was the Flimsy Flail. So you attack it. You attack this guy. You know you have the Flimsy Flail, but maybe you get 5 more pictures. Then you have to look up your scrapbook and see, well, what kind of pictures did I still get? And then you have to find them in the first place. In the second place, you have to mark them here as well. And I think that's really a lot time wasting for me. I cannot do it. I don't have that much time. But that's why for free-to-play players, it's okay to have a good overview besides playing. But for shroomers, I would not go for it, to be honest. And since there are no other tools, as well, at least I don't know them, I will give you a short summary about how I do play the scrapbook and how I did it, for example, on World 54 International. So, you start your char, maybe on a new server. Then you go for the first package. You get 1000 gold, you get some mushrooms. And afterwards, you join your guild. It's good as possible to get the best upgrades. And then you go to level 10. You do some quests with level 10. It will go fast because of the events, because of a good guild. You will not... Maybe you lose about 20 thirst or less, in the best case. And if you're level 10, you go to find a scrapbook on the magic shop. So sometimes you have to pay some mushrooms. It's important that you do not buy any kind of items. And you don't have to skill that much, because you need 25 gold to buy the scrapbook. If you found it, if you bought it, you put it on your char, and then Then you can actually go for, with your rest goal, to find a new weapon, at least, which is actual. And then you go through the Hall of Fame. And I mean, if you are, I'm not, how many people are on the server now? 66,000. Let's see. Yeah. Perhaps you're like here. And if you have an actual weapon, a new weapon, you know how much damage you can do, you know how much life do you have, you know your class, perhaps. And what I do normally in that case is I'm buying some more mushrooms, at least this this normal package, and then I go for random attacks. So I look about the star. So it's a server start. Of course, I go for people who have all slots, in best case, equipped. That's the best you can do. So the chance to get a lot of pictures with one attack is higher. And I simply go through the Hall of Fame and attack. And then I go for the next one. No, I wouldn't take this one, for example. Yes. Oh, let's... Okay, there's another tip. I will detect that guy. Keep that in... Oh, no. I will not attack him. I will come back to this topic soon. So that guy, for example, is fully... So I go like this. And if you do not log out, you see who you attacked and who you didn't attack yet. And sometimes I have like 200, 300 attacks randomly. So you will grow fast with your scrapbook. Maybe in the best case you get 15%, 20% already, which is quite good for the first day, for the first start at least. And then you will, of course, imagine that you cannot beat opponents anymore. And to not waste that much mushrooms, you go for... you play your day one, you play more thirst, you go for dungeons, you level up. But after you get to level 50 maybe and you're fully equipped, just go the same route again, go for random attacks, and with higher level, you will, if you have some experience with your server starts, you know that with higher level people can get other items. And so, for example, with level 30 and 40, they can have almost all the basic items. Or if you know shields, for example, if you go for warriors, you can keep in mind, I attacked that shield yet, so maybe I'm not attacking this shield anymore. But you just go for random attack. I go for random attacks, which I can win. In the best case, in the first day you can get above 30%. If you're a shroomer and you're going to play on a top side in the first days, you can get a lot of experience. You can get a lot of pictures by beating so many people. That's really nice. And on the second day, I actually do the same. So I go for random attacks 2 or 3 times a day and improve my scrapbook. And well, of course, I sometimes check like, oh, what did I get yet? So for example, I see I have scout equipments 86, almost 87%, but mage I have like 85, and warrior I have almost 87% as well. So if I see that my mage equipment in general is lower percentage, I go maybe to get or to fight against mages or people who have mage equipment, like battle mage, for example. And then what I do, if I have enough random attacks, in that case, I'm looking for weapons. It's easier to go for weapons. So I just look, okay, what do I still need? Yeah. So I see here, okay, there's no... For example, if I know that I need king swords, I simply go on a point in a Hall of Fame where I could imagine people have this sword, about level 20, for example, they can have it. And then I just click on all people who have those weapons. So Berserker, Assassin, Warrior. And I just see, okay, does somebody has a king sword, which I need. Because as I said before, they have different colors. So basic is gray, second is red, third is green, fourth is blue, and the fifth is violet. Yeah. And with that knowledge, I know, okay, if I see a red sword, but I need the violet, I don't attack that guy with the red sword. red sword, sorry. And that's basically all. Of course, I needed to gain a bit experience to go for it, but I was quite successful on that server. And well, we come to another thing now, which we saw before. There is an in-game feature since a couple of years, which makes it a lot of easier to go for the scrapbook. Because everything I said before is not needed anymore then. If you reached level 85, and if you at least collected 1000 pictures in your scrapbook, which you can do with my tactics or with 4M7 to help you out, then you can go to Fortress, Gem Mine. Even though it's Gem Mine level 1, it doesn't matter. You can go for a gem search, and you will find, with a bit luck, the Holy Grail. And the Holy Grail will be on your inventory, and you can put it on, and then it will show you something like this, which we saw here. So you see that I clicked on that guy, and that shield is popping up. That means I do not have it in the scrapbook yet. So the Holy Grail shows you, by going through the Hall of Fame, what people you have to attack to gain some pictures. And of course, with higher percentage on the scrapbook, it will be not easy to find people with that popping up, but it's quite nice that I found that shield by accident now. I will attack him now. Of course, my scrapbook will rise. Yeah, and perhaps there's some else which I could need. Yeah, but I don't know it yet. But also on the top, some epics. Yeah, if I go like, we go now through my Hall of Fame here. Let's see. I think we can find somebody. Especially people above level 200 for the epics. But let's just have a look if there's somebody. Okay, here we have 2. I'm not sure if I can beat that guy, to be honest. But let's just try it out. Oh, that was close. Panda, come on. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, nice. Yeah, and that's the Holy Grail. So you have to spend some mushrooms randomly with my tactics. But if you grow up with your scrapbook and you grow up with your chart pretty fast, you can use the Holy Grail to just fill up the gaps. Yeah, of course I should actually try to look through all the Hall of Fame to find those epics or items I need, like here. I did not do it for a long time now, that's why we have some examples. But the Holy Grail is so great, and even free-to-play player can use them. I mean, if you manage to get level 85, you need to manage to get a lot of above 1000 pictures, and then you can find the Holy Grail. So maybe try it even as free-to-play player, or if you don't have a lot of mushrooms, really try to go for checking the items before you attack somebody, or use 4M7 as help to get the highest chance to do not a stupid attack. Yeah. And then go for the Holy Grail, and then that's simply it. The scrapbook is so much easier than a couple of years ago without all those help by the Holy Grail, and the graphics were not that good as they are now, so it was harder to find out which kind of item, which kind of color do you need. I had some really hard times in the past as well, and that's actually basically all. So you found a practice by me on that server. If you watched my videos or streams, there were sometimes those topics included. And well, or you just go like I said it here in this video, like guide. If you have questions, of course, feel free to ask me in the comments. I will answer you, of course. But well, I think I said everything which is important. Of course, I mentioned the scrapbook with achievements as well. With all achievements can give you a small boost. It's important to do those achievements, but I think I will do another video in the future about this, which kind of achievements you always should have after like 1 month the server or whatever. Let's see how I can do this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to give it a like. I appreciate any kind of support. And I would say that's all. Hasta la vista, baby.